I'm going to speak about first today City Hall, the dance I did on City Hall in tribute to Trisha Brown, and also on the building that Norman Foster invented, and it had a radical slope to it, and we did a walk down, a very intricate walk down with two of my comrades, my Action Maverick comrades, Leonardo Giron and John Caston. We were attached to basically mountain climbing rope and special harnesses, but we marked each of the points for each of the three dancers. And there were three people letting the ropes down, descending us in this manner. And they had to go to the marks for each of them, which were different marks, accurately, so that we would make a shape there on the side of that gorgeous building. And I had marked the rope very fastidiously, so that John would go this far, I would go this far, Leonardo would go this far, and I'd make a diagonal. Or we'd all join up, one would not walk, the other two in varying distances would join me, and we'd be a sideline. And then we would be a triangle with a point at the bottom, and then we'd be another triangle with a point at the top. And then we'd try and do kind of a squiggly line as we were going down. I just started to call out port de bras moves because I remembered when they said stop, I knew that was a photo op. And so I said T, and then Leonardo and John would make a T, and then I would go high V, and we'd do a high V, and we'd have to hold it until they called out the next move or just said kept going. And I think that what I didn't realize, and often you don't when you're on edifices that you've never been on before, choreographically, I thought they'd see the tracks in space I was making on the surface of the building. No, not at all. All they saw was the distance between us, if one was a little higher up and one was a little higher down, and these images we were making with the human body. And I thought that what I felt the impact, what I choreographed for, had little or nothing to do with what ended up being what the audience was seeing. And what was beautiful about this is the only way I could train for it was to have my dancers, or my technical director, Matt Macadon at the time, who is still our technical director, to put me on the wall in Galleon's Reach, where we were rehearsing for a month before we did the London Olympics, horizontally, and just walk away for a half hour and let me be there. And it was one of the more nauseating training systems I ever did, but at least I would know how can I memorize being perpendicular to this curved surface as I descended. So sometimes you'd be like this, or like this, or like this. But the critical point is that you're perpendicular, so your feet don't slip out from under you, nor do they slip out in the other direction, so you fall on your back or your stomach. That would be considered a failure in my mind. It was really one of the most profound experiences physically that I'd ever had. And because Trisha Brown created a man walking down the outside of a building in 1961, or a long time ago, I felt that this was me carrying on the tradition of walking down a building in a slightly different way. That's called Skywalk.